Good morning, everyone. It's Echo Star Tarot. Let's get your morning reading today. We'll start off with the Spirit Stone Tarot. I get more and more excited every year for Halloween because I am taking the liberty of making my own costume. So I don't know. I feel like if you have the time to create your own costume, it's really almost liberating because you get to think of whatever you want and you basically make it, like bring it to life, bring it to reality. I don't know, bringing dreams to reality is probably the most fulfilling thing for me personally. Let's see, what is it this Saturday that we need to be aware of? What should we be looking out for? Okay, these line it face down. That's interesting. What should we be aware of? What should we be aware of? So we have the King of Crystals, which is courage and commitment. We also have choice and ambitions in reverse. And those came together face down. Those are the things that you may not have noticed. That you actually do have the courage and commitment, but you may be limited in your choices depending on whether or not you have the stamina to keep going, or if we're going to be stuck in this time for a certain period. To unlock this spell, you need to be seeking with enthusiasm. Seeking with enthusiasm. Because seeking out your joys, we were just talking about this, bringing your wishes to reality, manifesting your reality in ways that are real, are physical. They create such powerful feelings of fulfillment. I think that's what you're seeking. Yeah, it says you don't have the perspective of your self-empowerment. And the quest and renewal is once again in reverse. So you may be stuck right now because it says you're not taking action at the moment and you're focusing on your recovery. And I think that's okay. Like, you can have time to recover as long as your next goal is to like think up your goals. There's recovery and transformation here, so you're like stepping out of a period of recovery and transformation because it's asking you to move forward and to focus on your stability. Oh my God, here again, exploration and discovery. It's finally time to step out of your home and explore and discover. I keep getting that there is this insecurity here. There is a huge insecurity that affects your drive, that affects your perception. What is this insecurity? Passion? So when you're afraid to express yourself, you have to think, why am I holding back myself? Why am I thinking that expressing myself is cringy? Like, a lot of people are held back by the feeling of cringe, right? But once you pass through cycles of like growing, for example, existentialism, and coming back from existentialism, you realize that the little joys in life are the reason why life is worth living. So you don't really care about cringe anymore. Because what is being cringe? Expressing yourself? Oh no, we don't ever want to express ourselves in a way that defines who we are and our personality and just all those little characteristics that make up us. You know, it's a root of apathy. Cringe is a branch of apathy. So express yourself in any kind of way that you desire. How do you want to be seen today? It's probably not in the same way that you want to be seen tomorrow, even how you wanted to be seen yesterday. We're quantum. We're always changing, we are always different, and yet we are in a single body, we're in a single vessel. We are encapsulated, but we are not just one thing, you know? Forever moving. Because if we're not able to express ourselves, if we're forced to clam up and just like be afraid of being ourselves, like, what kind of life is that, you know? So to get out of this, we need to be looking at the fundamental truths of our insecurities. Understanding our insecurities and unlocking those fundamental truths of why we feel a certain way kind of give us the answer of how to stop feeling that way, right? If we understand how silly the root of our thing is that's holding us back, what is the barb in that hook that's pulling us, we usually find out that it's a very small thing that's silly. Of course, there's situations where there's like traumatizing situations where insecurities are very valid, like being afraid to speak or something. Being able to be courageous and determined isn't inherited, like it is for some, but a lot of people have that beaten out of them, either physically, emotionally, or just by the system, you know. So understand where your pain, where your insecurity actually comes from, and in that truth, you'll be able to succeed and triumph. There's also something that you should be releasing, and it's a comfort. So there might be a toxic comfort that you're still holding on to, a bad habit perhaps, that makes you happy but not abundant. And if you are abundant, it might be in the wrong ways. Oh, what the heck? Abundance and beauty, collaboration, productivity. Yeah. Focus on growth. It's time to focus on growth. We've been in a period of renewal, and it's finally time. It's finally time to sprout out of the seed that we've planted, right? We've planted this seed. We're doing it to preserve ourselves in a way. But yeah, it's time for our creative force to come out. We finally been incubated long enough, and we're finally confident enough to step out of our shell. Keep seeing a shell, like a seed shell. So let's get a reading from our cat tarot and our buttons. Okay, interesting. Our green shiny button, a clear red button, and an opaque candy red button. And this is something like, this looks lovely. This looks like velvet and red, and this is more of like a candy, a playful red, but this is way more like romantic, I'm feeling. We have 2, 4, 1, so in total that's 7. And our green shiny here is very clear, very bright, and yet it's very rich in color. It's like an emerald green almost, a very deep green. I'm getting a playful love that's beautiful. You're gonna have a very special period here. Whatever this is, which is a 6 if it's just those 2 reds. We just talk about the 6 here, that's love. That's the love card. So the fiercely loyal wolf walks through life with confidence and endurance. He brings faith and intuition to all forms of love. Communicative and affectionate, wolf trusts in the power of love and in the bonds of companionship. His primal howl is an expression of living life with passion and the desire for connection. He finds strength and unity while also maintaining his independence. Wolf lends his discipline and harmony in relationship building and decision making. He urges you to sing the song of your heart's essence. Tune into your inner voice for guidance. Through this, you will access the wisdom needed in making the best choices. Okay, and then if you look at the green 1, a singular 1 is the Magician, which is the Raven for the Spirit Song Tarot. And with her talent in bringing magic to a situation, Raven is your mentor in making the best use of your skills. She may help you shed fears so that you can unleash your full potential and personal power, transforming ideas into reality. Wow, we were just talking about that. Raven knows that possibilities begin from nothing. Her spirit holds the fires of creativity that turn obstacles into productive expression. Let this be a reminder to reach onward into the infinite as you unleash beautiful energies. When you allow divine force to flow through you, your intentions toward making dreams come true will manifest through sheer will. You can make things happen because you are the ruler of your reality. That's right. It's so beautiful. Let's get a cat tarot reading. So what's going on for my Capricorn collective? What's going on? What kind of advice can we get from my Capricorn collective? What kind of insights can you gain from my Capricorn collective? Wow, okay. I feel like this is going to be a very clear message because we have the Judgment here, and the Hermit landed right next to the Judgment, and this card kind of landed to the side, so I'm going to use it as a clarifying card for these two. And then the 2 of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles both landed in reverse. How interesting. So let's see what's going on here. We'll talk about the Judgment and the Hermit first. We are our own toughest critics. The judge, it turns out, is you. This card invites you to examine your choices and actions. Where do you want to be? If not, are you doing what you need to get there? Weigh the scales. How do you rule? How do you rule is such a great question, because it asks you, how do you take accountability for yourself? How do you manifest? How do you break down the things? I want to make like a slug costume. What are the shapes that I need in order to cut out the fabric and sew it all together? You know, let's start at step one. What fabric am I going to use? Those are the questions you need to break down into those smaller things that are digestible, and you're able to take those steps towards the final product. The Hermit talks about wisdom. So much wisdom can be gained simply by watching from the window, or even hiding in a shopping bag while the rest of the world goes out about its business. The Eye of the Horse suggests protection and healing. Here is a safe space to turn your gaze inward. Soul searching may lead you to new realizations or past selves. So, with those two things in mind, those will be clarified with the Three of Cups. And it's interesting. The Three of Cups talks about, in the upright position, who doesn't love a good celebration? A display of abundance with drinks spilling over and too many treats to eat in good conscience. Go ahead. The time to indulge is now. Keep it lighthearted and filled with love. Don't be afraid to show off your hidden talents. Enjoy being both independent and part of a group. So I think this is asking you to have discernment of when you need to be a hermit and when you need to go out. Because there is a balance here. I'm seeing a spectrum here from the Three of Cups to the Hermit, and it's up to you. It's up to you. So you need to be doing both of those things. You need to be giving out your love and your wisdom, and also know when to sit and watch. Let's get some clarity here for the Pentacles. There might be a reason why you need to be a hermit versus sharing your wealth. So let's take a look here. Let's start at the Two of Pentacles. You may be spreading your resources too thin. Oh my goodness. Rein in the overindulgence and start your own personal austerity measures. It's time to exercise some of the discipline you're known for. The situation isn't permanent, but it isn't ending anytime soon. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. If you're feeling unsatisfied, maybe it's because you're not working towards the right rewards. A deeply unsatisfying cycle will soon come to an end, but it's going to require some change on your part. We just talked about transformation in the past reading. Take pride in your endeavors, but in the time and effort, be reliable. Most of all, find something you feel passionate about. And we had that key card that was talking about unlocking your passion. And then I went on that tangent. I don't want to cut the replay, but go back to it. That's crazy. Okay. So we have accomplished a big thing. We've achieved something that we worked towards, and we were celebrating that, and we were relaxing. And so now it's time to pick up the pace again, to step out of our hermit mode and to get back to work. Because we might be celebrating with friends and maybe giving our time and energy into our friends instead of our own investments. So now it's time to focus back into ourselves and invest in ourselves once again, so we can continue spreading that joy and love that we love to bring to others. I'm just getting that you're very lovable. You're extremely lovable, and your extreme love or your lovableness is almost addicting, like a candy. Everyone needs you. This is what the world lacks. So this is what you have to offer. And it's beautiful, but you have to make sure that you're not going to be sucked dry. Don't get sucked dry. Okay? It's time to renew yourself in a different way. It's not about resting, it's about transforming. And that's what I have for you today. Thank you for watching. I will see you all next time. Peace.